Hello, everyone, and welcome to ReelQuick, episode 136. Today, we are back with our Patreon recommended draft of the week. This is suggested by Luke Dyrhaug, and I looked far and wide throughout a ReelTok library. We've never done the best war movies of all time. He said anything, like it doesn't have to be, specific, like it had anything with a war involved in it. So, like The Darkest Hour, you're not really seeing war happening. This is just an example. I don't think Darkest Hour is getting drafted, but if it's a movie about war, even if it's not combat boots on the ground the whole movie, like a Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
So any war films there. George and Cam obviously aren't with us today. George is out this week. Cam is probably, I don't know, doing something for a bachelor party this weekend, having a fun time up in Scottsdale, like an hour away from me. But we're going to draft for him as always, because we want to see if I think one of our drafts, the funny picks we did end up coming out winning. So, we'll see how they end up doing. But best war films of all time. If you want to check out our Patreon, it's in the description down below. We have every Friday, we have exclusive Patreon exclusive reviews. Last week's episode of Magnolia was 40 minutes long, and George and I also did Q&A question answers on there. This week's will be An Elephant Standing Still, which is tomorrow, and Seth and I did some Letterboxd profile reviews of our patrons on there. So beyond just doing the movie reviews, we're trying to make them advantageous, make them fun, make them a good time for all the patrons involved. But let's get into it. Seth, what do we do here for George's first pick of the draft? So we can't do cream of the crop.
Okay,
realistic.
I think for Georgios, we should give him 300.
Oh, that is such a great pick. That is such a great pick.
Zack Snyder,
Perfect for him. And now we're on to you for your first pick.
Apocalypse Now, my favorite.
Yeah, I feel like there's 3 or 4 that I was thinking you might go to, but Apocalypse Now, of course.
Yeah,
ReelTok collection member. I will go with. See, now Apocalypse Now is my clear one. There's still a lot here that I could pick in the first pick, but there's a couple ways I could go and not feel bad about it. I'll go with Schindler's List. Because I think we snubbed that one on drafts of movies over 3 hours long, and people were upset about that snub. But I can't remember. Maybe we picked it. But Cam, so do we go Infinity War here? Do we go Captain America: Civil War? He gets back to back. Should we just give him both?
Gone with the Wind? That's a war movie.
That is technically a war film. We'll give him that first. Gone with the Wind, Oscar Best Picture winner, and then we'll go Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah, what a pick.
For the second pick, and then we're back to me. I will go. I'll go with. I'll go with Barry Lyndon.
Really? Does that count, you bastard?
I feel like it has to count.
I guess so. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah,
they're in red coats for a good amount of the movie.
Yeah.
Seth, so. your second pick.
Does Ran count? I guess it does. I mean, I did a video on this the other day.
I'd probably count it.
Yeah, I'll go with Ran. I'll go with Kurosawa's Ran.
Okay, George gets back to back. Where do we want to go here?
I think. I think
equal to 300.
I think Tropic Thunder.
Yep. Great poll.
I want to give him a George pick. I feel like George would pick Fury. I feel like George likes Fury.
I feel like that'd be a Cam pick too, but I have a perfect pick for when Cam's comes up next. We'll talk about. But Fury. So we're back to you for the real picks.
I'll go Ingmar Bergman's Shame.
I don't even know Ingmar Bergman had a war film.
One and only. Yeah, it's great.
There's one. I have another. We'll go 1917. We'll go 1917 here. Still a huge fan of it. I don't care if it's a gimmick with the one taker, but I eat it up hook, line, and sinker. I don't care. I have a great time with it. On the ReelTok episode this week, you made a slip of the tongue with saying Harris Dickinson was George Mackey or McKay, which is so funny because I
get them mixed up all the time.
I know they are
it's really weird.
Something about them. They just had, I don't know if it's the eyes or what.
Yeah, it is odd.
I feel like Cam would be a Jojo Rabbit drafter.
Yeah, he would be 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
What do you think for his fourth pick here?
Give him. I think we have to give him Infinity War. I think we do.
Yeah.
We have to give Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War. See, I like this because you're half joke picks, but also like I could see, Cam being like, Gone with the Wind, Oscar winner. George's
Yeah.
picks, I feel like could be very well George picks. Like we're not just totally screwing.
Yeah, definitely.
Here I will go. I'll go Full Metal Jacket now for my fourth pick.
Nice.
Full Metal Jacket. Damn, I only have one left. I have a lot of war films like 4-star and above. Seth,
of course.
your next pick.
I'll go with Come and See.
Yep. Surprised I made it to round 4, but also 2 of the people aren't really counting for these drafts. Come and See, great pick. George, let's see.
I think. Wait, let me see what he rates this film. Because if he rates this film high, I'm giving it him. He doesn't. Wow, I thought George would be a Troy guy, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. I think we could save like American Sniper for Cam.
Yeah. George. No, I'll give you George a good pick, actually. I'm going to say give George The Wind Rises. Miyazaki, he likes Ghibli. Mm-hmm. I think that's a safe pick.
Does he rate Braveheart highly?
I don't think so. I don't think Cam does either. I don't know. I don't know what he rates Braveheart.
Cam's a 3. George doesn't have it rated.
Okay.
I mean, Inglourious Basterds is still sitting out there.
No, it's too good though.
Yeah. Imitation Game, Dunkirk, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Give him the new All Quiet on the Western Front because I know you love that. Give him that one. Yeah,
he always defends that, especially the score.
Yeah.
Which is a good movie. I give it a 4-star.
Yeah, same.
On the Western Front. Modern day. Seth, your final pick.
I just realized I didn't fucking draft Paths of Glory. That's annoying.
Yeah. Is that what you're going with?
No. I'm going with The Ascent. I think The Ascent might be one of my favorites. It's Ran that threw me off when I said Ran because I've never thought Ran makes sense as a war film. I've never thought about it as one. Yeah.
What is The Ascent? I'm blank.
The Ascent is
I googled it and a video game comes up first.
Is 1977 Larissa Shepitko, I think it is.
World War II. It sounds like Soviet and German.
Yeah, it's based on two Soviet soldiers who kind of get lost and get supplies and they get captured. It's one of the most traumatizing war films ever. It's really fucking good.
Only an hour 51 too. That's kind of short for war films usually.
It is actually. War films I feel like are always like the 2.5 kind of thing, aren't they? Yeah.
My final pick, I will go with. The Zone of Interest would count, but I'll go with Inglourious Basterds.
Oh shit, yeah, Zone of Interest. I love Zone of Interest.
And then Cam, do we want to go American Sniper for the final pick?
Yeah.
All right, since we kind of flew through this, and I have a ton of honorable mentions, let's just talk like war films in general. So, what other highly rated war films do you have that we didn't draft but deserve talking about? Because I have a lot of 4-star.
Paths of Glory, I have it at 5. I love Paths of Glory.
Yeah, of course. I feel like we draft that a lot too, and so it's kind
of Zone of Interest. Is
of course. Yep.
I actually have. If we're including Barry Lyndon, I actually have 7 war films at 5-star. I think that might be my highest, genre, maybe thriller.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's like when you tackle a war subject by a director, it's nothing you would ever take lightly or just.
There's not many bad. There's not. My war film. All the war films I watch are highly rated. There's not many that I hate. Shout out. Oh, Grave of the Fireflies is amazing. A Hidden Life, which I watched this week, the new Terrence Malick. Well, not new, sorry, but I think his last film actually. Terrence Malick's one. Dunkirk. I think that's a really, really good. I love Dunkirk. I think Dunkirk's great.
Dunkirk. That one aged on me. When I saw it in theaters, I was almost mad leaving theaters. I'm so underwhelmed with that. And then I rewatched 4 years later.
I think it was the same with most people. Yeah. And then The Pianist, really great. Platoon, great. To Be or Not to Be. Then there's kind of the the other ones that people speak about a lot. I'm not huge on Hacksaw Ridge or Black Hawk Down.
It's Andrew Garfield, but
yeah, but it's Mel Gibson. I think he's very pushy with certain things.
Religion specifically.
Yeah, especially in that final half an hour. I think Doctor Strange was pretty good. I mean, to be fair, what we could have given Cam? War for the Planet of the Apes, like we said. I think
yeah, true.
Because just which is a really good film, to be fair.
Yeah. Ansan D is in Letterboxd war film.
Yeah,
Imitation Game I was joking about, but I genuinely actually do like Imitation Game.
No, I like it.
Let's see, what else did we miss? Saving Private Ryan, of course, is kind of a big
one. I think Pan's Labyrinth actually counts.
Yeah, it definitely does. Doctor Strangelove.
Yeah, Land of Mine, I love. Shout out Spartacus. Shout out
Napoleon.
Napoleon. Jesus Christ.
Sisu, fun little movie from last year.
I mean, Lawrence of Arabia. To be fair, like that's I didn't see because I haven't got a rating because it's been like 4 or 5 years since I last watched it. It's an amazing film. That's definitely a war film. So count that. Inglourious Basterds. I mean, All Quiet on the Western Front, the original, amazing film. The Great Dictator. Yeah, there's not like many I don't like, to be honest. A lot of these are high rated.
Wow, we did really well. So I'll share this screen now. So this is Letterboxd. So stop sharing this screen, start sharing a different one. Because Letterboxd has as a genre like war films.
Yeah.
And this is sorted by popularity. So we touched on basically everything. Inglourious Basterds, JoJo, all this in the top row we talked about. Grave of the Fireflies, Come and See, Hacksaw, Napoleon, The Wind Riot, Boy in Straight Pajamas is the first. We had to go all the way down to here before we get one we didn't.
I don't like that film.
But then Ansondi's there, 300's there, Lawrence of Arabia. So then, I mean, that's the only miss. Then we kind of go all the way to The King would be the next one. So we kind of we tackled all the popular ones, the big ones.
Yeah, I think like war films. There's usually like a lot of like. I mean, there's loads of amazing ones, but there's usually the standard. See, this is crazy to me. Okay, so you know that film. If you go on the how many rows is that? 5th row. And then scroll across to Battleship Potemkin.
Yes.
Yeah. Click that. How many logs is that? 141k. So that's like a very much a film studies film. It was very much early era techniques, communist era film. And it's that surprise, like for that to be in the first page of most popular logs really surprised me.
Yeah.
Like for I mean, you'd never get something with 100k logs on like thriller or horror in the most popular. Do you know what I mean? So it shows, there's not really that many.
That being above like Pearl Harbor is kind of crazy. Like just in terms of like, I feel like I don't like people talk about it a lot. I've heard people talk about it. Unbroken, have you seen it? Unbroken, Pearl Harbor, ages ago.
I don't like Pearl Harbor.
Unbroken was like a massively popular like book and like movie came out when I was in high school that a lot of people talked about.
Is that the like Angelina Jolie one with Draco Connell? I think it is, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, like we kind of touched on everything. The Deer Hunter, I don't think either of us have seen, right?
Mate, I don't know why. I've had the Deer Hunter on my watch list for like 3 years. Feels like I don't know why I haven't watched it yet. Everyone said
on our Patreon exclusive review last week, we did movies that you just haven't watched for whatever reason, like as one of the question answers. And yeah, like I think the Deer Hunter would be a great one for me. Like it's just I don't know why. Oh, the Hurt Locker. Cam would have definitely probably drafted like the Hurt
Locker. Yeah. Cam loves the Hurt Locker. I think it's a 5-star actually.
And Red Line, we got Malik on there.
That's my next Malik. That's meant to be amazing. Cold War. That was actually shown at my local cinema recently.
Like 2018. Oh wow.
No, yeah, it's meant to be like amazing. It's really, I think it's like 80 minutes as well.
Cam might have also, or maybe George. One of them likes the Five Bloods a lot.
Cam likes the Five Bloods.
Last Samurai.
Like
Black Hawk Down.
Sisu is on the most popular, and like
I think that's just a matter of it came out like.
I suppose. Great Escape's really good actually. I mentioned that that's on there. Oh man, Bridge on the River Kwai is amazing. I love Bridge on the River Kwai.
Good Morning Vietnam. A lot of people love that.
I've never seen that film. I don't even know what it is.
I haven't either. But yeah, I don't think we really missed anything else other than that. Multiple Jake. Look at 3 back-to-back Gyllenhaals. We got Brothers, The Covenant, Jarhead. All right in the same grouping.
That's kind of crazy.
But yeah, that's our draft of the best war films. Let's see. I'll pull that back up the original screen so we can see what the final draft was for people to vote on. So we got George with 300, Tropic Thunder, Fury, The Wind Rises, All Quiet on the Western Front from 2022 by Edward Berger. Seth, Apocalypse Now, Ran, Shame, Come and See, and The Ascent. Myself, Schindler's List, Barry Lyndon, 1917, Full Metal Jacket, and Inglourious Basterds. And Cam, Gone with the Wind, Captain America Civil War, Jojo Rabbit, Avengers Infinity War, American Sniper. To be honest, based on like when the graphic comes out, I feel like this isn't the most obvious like George.
I think it is.
You think so?
I think it's. I think
crazy.
The only thing that will be like people will be trying to figure out, I think, is. No, I think these are all obvious. I think these lists are all obvious. I actually do.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like, Zack Snyder, Avengers. I
was more saying like it doesn't. I don't know if it's the most obvious that George and Cam weren't here for the draft.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I actually.
I think the grouping of 5 for George makes sense. I think the order makes it obvious.
Yeah. I think that Cam's is honestly, like, unironically quite realistic.
Yeah, Gone
I
with the Wind is the one that's
I,
gonna.
I actually do think. I think that some people might believe that.
Because I think like the thing is when you listen to this episode or you see this graphic before listening to the episode, you'd be like,
Yeah.
you could picture Cam saying like, yeah, screw it, Captain America Civil War. And then we argue
Yeah,
and be like, no, war's in the title. It's a war film. You
yeah,
know,
definitely.
we've spent
100%.
every weekend together the past year and a half. We kind of know each other's minds by now. So we could definitely see him argue that.
Oh,
And then
100%, man.
yeah, Gone with the Wind's the only one we kind of did him dirty with, but I honestly don't know if he rated that and rated it highly. So
I don't think he's actually seen.
I mean, it's one that I feel you kind of just like have to see, but like,
yeah,
it's not good, but
yeah,
it's so,
I agree.
it was just like the pinnacle of cinema at the time, of just being something that showed the capabilities of what it can be. But yeah,
I agree.
there's our draft. Comment down below who won. You know, we try to not only have two of us for these drafts, but it just worked out that way this week. Looking at our schedule going forward, I really don't see a reason we'll ever only have two of us back again for a real quick draft. It was just kind of like, an off week, but we tried to lengthen out. We talked about all war films. We gave them picks. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, like I said, we try not to just do two of us, but it just happened this week, but I don't think it will, for a while in the future. But if you enjoyed this, if you're Seth and Tyler pilled, let us know in the comments down below. And patrons, we'll see you tomorrow with the ReelQuick exclusive review. Peace.